Musicians who make money until now. The amount of money some dead artists are making will completely blow your mind. The most iconic names in the music industry, including Michael Jackson, Tupac Shakur, and Freddie Mercury, continue to rake in millions of dollars each year. You heard it right. Even after their deaths, their music continues to make massive sales, with some even earning more than the average American household in a single year. You might be wondering, but how can an artist make so much money even though they're no longer alive? Well, it all comes down to the contracts they sign with their labels along with their popular works, most of which remain relevant for decades. But there's a darker side to the story. Some conspiracy theorists have questioned the ethics of music labels profiting off the legacies of these deceased artists, arguing that they're using artists to make huge profits for themselves. Today, I'll reveal to you some shocking facts about artists who continue to make millions even though they're no longer with us. At the end of the video, we'll uncover the truth about music labels and how they sign artists into deals that come with infinite wealth, so watch until the end. Elvis Presley's voice, style, and performance has left an incredible mark on the industry, earning him the title of the King of Rock and Roll. In the early days of his career, Elvis signed a deal with Sun Records, a small record label in Memphis, Tennessee. His first single, That's All Right, was a hit and catapulted him to fame. But it was his move to RCA Records in 1995 that truly launched his career. With RCA, Elvis recorded some of the biggest hits, including Hound Dog, Jailhouse Rock, and Can't Help Falling in Love. In fact, he became the label's biggest seller, with more than 1 billion records sold worldwide. But despite his success, Elvis was known for being a shrewd businessman. In addition to his music career, he also dabbled in acting, with a string of successful films in the 1960s. Elvis Presley still makes money to this day, despite his tragic death in 1977. According to Forbes, in 1977, the year of his death, Elvis earned an astounding $55 million. That's equivalent to approximately $240 million in today's dollars. And since his passing in 1977, he has earned more than $1.5 billion, making him one of the highest earned dead celebrities in the world. But what's truly intriguing is how his estate has managed to keep his legacy alive and thriving. According to Forbes, Elvis earned $23 million in 2020 alone, which is actually down from his peak earnings of 2018 when he earned an incredible $40 million. So how is it possible that a man who died over 4 decades ago is still raking in millions of dollars each year? Well, the answer lies in the way his estate has managed his brand. The Graceland Estate, which manages Elvis's images and likeness, has licensed his name and likeness to a wide variety of products and ventures, from clothing lines and perfumes to casinos and even a themed hotel. But it's not just about licensing and sales. The estate has also managed to keep Elvis' legacy alive through carefully curated events. The annual Elvis Week celebration in Memphis, for example, draws tens of thousands of fans from around the world, while the Graceland Mansion itself remains a popular tourist destination. Michael Jackson, also known as the King of Pop, was one of the most successful and influential artists of all time. He had a long and illustrious career, which spanned over 4 decades, during which he worked with several different music labels. Jackson began his music career as a member of the Jackson 5. A family band that was signed to Motown Records. The band's debut album, Diana Ross Presents the Jackson 5, was a commercial and critical success, and it helped to establish Jackson as a talented and charismatic performer. The Jackson 5 went on to release several more albums with Motown, including ABC and Third Album, which were both hugely successful. In the early 1980s, Jackson signed a record-breaking deal with Epic Records, a subsidiary of Sony Music. The deal was reportedly worth over $40 million, making it one of the largest contracts in music history at the time. Under the terms of the deal, Jackson was given complete creative control over his music, and he went on to release some of the most iconic and successful albums, including Thriller, Bad, and Dangerous. According to Forbes, Jackson was one of the highest paid celebrities in the world during his lifetime. In fact, in 1988, he earned over $125 million, which was a record-breaking sum for a single year. His music sales and concert tours were major sources of income for him, and he was known for his extravagant stage shows and music videos. His posthumous earnings have been a subject of fascination for many since his death. Despite passing away more than a decade ago, he continues to generate massive revenue. One of the main sources of Jackson's posthumous earnings is his music. His albums and singles continue to sell millions of copies each year. In fact, in the year following his death, Jackson's music sales increased by 3,000%, with over 35 million albums sold worldwide. And he doesn't stop there. In addition to music sales, Jackson's estate also partnered with Cirque du Soleil to produce a series of shows based on the pop icon's music and life. The first show, Michael Jackson The Immortal World Tour, premiered in 2011 and grossed over $370 million worldwide. Another posthumous venture was the release of the album Xscape in 2014, which included previously unreleased tracks recorded by Jackson. The album debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 chart and was certified platinum. According to Forbes, Jackson earned $75 million in 2022, making him the 6th highest paid dead celebrity of the year. Gerald Higgins, better known for his stage name Juice WRLD, was a rising star in the music industry, even before he signed a deal with Interscope Records in early 2018. He was born in 1998 in Chicago, Illinois, and began his music career by uploading songs to the popular music-sharing platform SoundCloud. His unique blend of emo and hip-hop would quickly capture the attention of fans around the world, and he would gain a dedicated following. In fact, according to data from SoundCloud, Juice WRLD was one of the most popular artists on the platform in 2017. That year, he had over 100 million plays on SoundCloud, making him one of the most streamed artists on the platform. The impressive feat would help him catch the attention of Interscope Records, who signed him to a $3 million deal. Juice WRLD's success only continued to grow from there. In 2018, he released his debut album Goodbye and Good Riddance, which debuted at number 15 on the Billboard 200 chart. The album was a critical and commercial success, and it helped to cement Juice WRLD's place as one of the most exciting young talents in the music industry. According to data from Nielsen Music, Goodbye and Good Riddance was one of the most streamed albums in 2018. The album had over 3 billion on-demand streams that year, making it the 4th most streamed album of the year. This impressive streaming performance would further solidify Juice WRLD's status as a breakout star. In 2019, Juice WRLD released his second album, Death Race for Love, which debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 chart. The album was a huge commercial success. And it helped to establish Juice WRLD as one of the most talented and versatile artists of his generation. Tragically, Juice WRLD's life would be cut short in December 2019 at the age of 21. But even after his untimely death, his legacy and influence continue to be felt. In fact, his estate has earned an incredible $15 million since his passing, which further demonstrates his enduring popularity and the continued success of his music over time. One way Juice WRLD's estate has been able to generate revenue is through his music streaming royalties. According to a report by Forbes, Juice WRLD's music has been streamed over 35 billion times since his death, generating more than 15 million. The truth is, his music continues to be popular even among newer generations of music listeners, which has helped to keep his streams high and his royalties flowing in huge sums. Juice WRLD's estate has also generated revenue through merchandise sales. The rapper was known for his unique style and fashion sense, which made him a popular figure among his fans. As a result, his estate has been able to continue selling merchandise with his likeness and branding, which has made significant revenue. And it doesn't stop there. Juice WRLD's estate has also been able to earn money through posthumous releases of his music. Since his passing, several albums and singles have been released featuring previously unreleased material from the rapper. These releases have been well received by fans and critics alike, and have helped to keep Juice WRLD's music relevant and popular even after his death. In a clandestine move in the first quarter of 2022, Opus Music Group acquired a commanding majority stake in the late Juice WRLD's artistic legacy, including his lucrative revenue streams. According to an insider familiar with the transaction, Opus now possesses an overwhelming 90% ownership of Juice WRLD's interest in the profits derived from his master recordings and an equivalent percentage of a share in the publishing rights. Tupac's life was tragically cut short, but his music continues to inspire generations of fans and fellow artists. The prolific rapper had a raw and unbridled passion for social justice. He used his music as a medium to spark change and inspire the masses. Tupac's unique blend of lyrical genius, street smarts, and soulful delivery made him an instant icon. During his lifetime, Tupac was a veritable cash cow, earning millions of dollars from his music and other business ventures. He had an unparalleled work ethic and was able to amass a fortune that would make even the most seasoned Wall Street tycoon blush.
But at the same time, it seems they trying to take mine. So I won't get smart and get defensive and shit, and put together a million march for some gangster shit.
Now they got a slave to multi-millionaire motherfuckers catch a case.
Run it.
Bitches get ready for the throwdown, and shit's about to go down. Me and Snoop about to clamp. I'm losing my religion. I'm missing
In the early 90s, Tupac signed with Death Row Records and released his debut album, Tupacalypse Now. The album was an instant classic, blending socially conscious lyrics with hard-hitting beats that showcased Tupac's undeniable talent as a rapper. His subsequent albums, including All Eyes on Me and The Don Killuminati, The 7 Day Theory, would go on to sell millions of copies and cement Tupac's legacy as one of the greatest rappers of all time. Now, Tupac Shakur may have departed this world over 2 decades ago. His music career continues to thrive in a manner that is nothing short of remarkable. The poetic activist has achieved the rare feat of becoming even more popular and influential in death than he was in life. According to Forbes, Tupac's estate earned an estimated $23 million in 2020 alone, making him the top-earned deceased celebrity for the year. His posthumous album releases have broken sales records, and his estate has ranked in tens of millions of dollars from royalties, merchandising, and licensing deals. Tupac's estate has reportedly earned well over $300 million since his passing in 1996, making him one of the highest-earned dead celebrities of all time. Freddie Mercury was a true musical icon, known for his powerful vocals, flamboyant stage presence, and incredible showmanship. As the lead singer of the band, Queen, he helped redefine the rock music genre and left an indelible mark on the music industry. Mercury's music career began in the 1970s with Queen's self-titled debut album, which was followed by a string of hit records including A Night at the Opera, News of the World, and The Game. His powerful voice and theatrical performances captured audiences around the world, making him a beloved and highly influential figure in rock music. But Mercury's impact extended beyond just his music. He was known for his unique sense of style and his fearless approach to performance, always pushing the boundaries and challenging conventional norms. His electrifying stage presence and infectious energy made him one of the most captivating performers of his time. In addition to his music career, Mercury was also a savvy businessman, with a net worth estimated at around $50 million at the time of his death in 1991. He was involved in numerous business ventures, including the production of his own solo albums, as well as the ownership of a recording studio and music publishing company. Despite his untimely passing, Mercury's legacy music has sold over 150 million records worldwide, and he has been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Songwriters Hall of Fame. According to Forbes, Mercury's estate earned an estimated $25 million in 2020 alone, making him one of the highest-earning deceased celebrities of the year. This is Money Revealed that the late musician's posthumous earnings have soared to an astonishing $70 million over the past 2 decades, translating to a sweet $35 million for his trusted confidant, Austin. His influence can still be felt in the music industry today, with countless artists citing him as a major inspiration and influence. In the next section, I'll reveal to you how music labels make artists sign contracts that enable them to keep earning for many years after their deaths. You see, the music industry is a complex and often cutthroat business, and one of the ways that record labels ensure their continued financial success is by signing artists to contracts that include posthumous rights to their music and likeness. Such contracts allow the labels to continue profiting from the artist's work long after their death, often for decades or even centuries. The specifics of these contracts can vary, but typically they include clauses that give the label exclusive rights to distribute and promote the artist's music, as well as to license their image for use in merchandise, advertisements, and other projects. The estate of Michael Jackson, for example, signed a deal with Sony Music in 2018 that gave the label control over the distribution and licensing of his entire catalog, including both his solo work and his recordings with the Jackson 5. The deal was worth a reported $250 million and gave Sony the rights to his music for many years to come. The estate of Michael Jackson has earned an estimated $2.1 billion since his death. And here's the thing, the artists and their families also benefit financially from these deals. In many cases, the estate of the deceased artist will receive a cut of the profits generated by the label's use of their music and likeness. Take, for instance, the estate of Elvis Presley. It continues to earn millions of dollars each year from Presley's music and merchandise sales, even though he passed away 40 years ago. In 2020, Forbes estimated that Presley's estate earned $23 million, making him the 3rd highest earning deceased celebrity of the year. Of course, the specifics of these contracts can vary widely, and not all artists or their families receive the same level of compensation. Some may negotiate more favorable terms that give them more control over their music and the revenue it generates. Regardless of the details, the fact remains that the music industry has a long history of profiting from the work of deceased artists. While some may argue that it's a necessary part of the business, others believe that it's exploitative and unfair. But one thing is clear, the music of these artists continues to resonate with audiences around the world, and the profits generated from their work will likely continue to be a source of controversy and discussion for decades to come. Do you think the artists and their families are being exploited by music labels, and why? Tell us in the comment section. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching.
Calm down, yo, this your body puts in my heart for lockdown.